Today, I'm going to show you how to make $10,000 a month with just $500 using something called a funded account. And you don't have to risk your life savings, you don't have to jump through unrealistic hoops or trade for 12 hours a day. If you're tired of flipping small accounts, blowing your own money, or watching other people make tens of thousands of dollars a month, this is the video that changes that. And I'm going to break down exactly how funded accounts work, how to actually hit consistent payouts, and why I launched my own prop firm, a prop firm that's built by a trader to help real traders get capital instantly with no challenge phases, no hidden rules, and extremely fast payouts. So if you're new to the concept, let me explain exactly how prop firms work. A prop firm basically lets you pay a fee, let's say $500, and in turn, you get access to trade the prop firm's trading accounts. And that usually looks like you're paying that $500 and getting access to $25,000 or $50,000 or $150,000 or more. So with prop firms, you're not actually trading your own money, you're trading the prop firm's money. And in return, when you make profits, you keep a large chunk of it, usually between 80 to 90%, really depending on the firm. So let's say you paid that $500 and they gave you access to a $100,000 account to trade with. And let's say you make $12,000 in 1 month using that $100,000 account. On a 90% profit split, meaning you keep 90% and the prop firm keeps the other 10%, you get to actually keep $10,800 of that $12,000 that you made. Now that's real money going straight to you, and you didn't have to risk your own capital to get it. And that's honestly the power of a prop firm. Now, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't really care how good of a trader you are. If you're trying to scale trading on your own with a $500 account, it's going to be a struggle, and it's gonna be a struggle to make even $1,000 with that. You gotta flip it, again, and then honestly, one red day could wipe out all the gains that you made. It's a very dangerous game to play. That's why prop firms have changed that. They give you real buying power, they give you leverage, and they also give you a safety net. Because if you blow your account, you don't lose your life savings. You just pay and you can actually reset or retry on that funded account, then you're right back at it. Now let's break down exactly how you can actually make $10,000 a month trading these funded accounts that only cost $500. I'm gonna break this down with real numbers so you guys understand exactly what you're getting into. So let's say you pay $500 and that gives you access to a $100,000 funded account from a prop firm. And let's say every single trade that you're trading, you're risking $750 per trade. And then let's say your average risk to reward ratio is a 2-to-1. Now, basically all a risk to reward ratio means, if you don't know, is simply if you're risking $100 and you have a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, every $100 you're risking, you're making $200. So you're risking 1 to make 2. You could also have a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio where every trade you're risking, let's say $100, you're gonna make $300. So if you're risking $1,000, you're gonna make $3,000. But for this instance, let's just say you're risking $750 per trade and you're always going for a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So in turn, every win nets you $1,500. And let's say you're taking about 22 trades a month, roughly 1 trade per day, with obviously some days off because we don't always have setups. And let's give you a very average win rate, a 60% win rate. This is what it's gonna look like. 60% of your 22 trades that you took, that means you're gonna take 13 wins and 9 losses. So 13 wins times that $1,500, because remember I told you every single time you win, you're winning 2 times as much as you're risking, and you're risking $750. 2 times that is $1,500. So with your 13 wins, you actually profited $19,500. But we can't forget about your losses. This is trading. We're all going to lose no matter what. Remember, in this example, you had 9 losses. So then 9 times 750 comes out to $6,750, which, if you subtract that from the first number we had, your net monthly profit comes out to $12,750. Now, on a 90% profit split, which is your take home, if you guys remember, I said with prop firms, you get to take home roughly 80 or 90% of the profit that you make. So in that instance, with your 90% profit split, your take home is $11,475. That's over $10,000 in your pocket, trading 1 setup per day, if you're trading every single day, risking someone else's capital. Remember, the only actual money that you risk is that $500 that you paid for the account. You're not risking your entire life savings. You're not risking your college tuition. You're not risking your rent money, none of that. You're trading with somebody else's money. And that's why that's so powerful. You did not ever have to fund $100,000 out of your own pocket to trade with a $100,000 funded account. And you didn't risk blowing any of your cash. It was literally only that fee that you paid at the beginning to get access to that trading account. Now, like I said, the worst case scenario is you lose too much on the funded account that they give you, which in turn they close your account and then you just have to pay the fee again. And that's it. It's no owing them $10,000, $4,000, $5,000. It's simply just paying that $500 fee or whatever the fee is again, and then you can continue to trade and use that account. You didn't have to fund that $100,000 account yourself using your money out of pocket. You didn't risk blowing up your own cash. You didn't risk your rent money. Your only risk was that initial fee that you paid, which is that few $100s to be able to access that capital to trade with. And if you mess up, worst case, you can actually reset these funded accounts and try again. But when you get it right, which is not hard at all, as we just broke down with that example, that $11,475 is all yours. And the best part is you never had to risk more than that initial amount that you put into purchasing that account. All you did was pay the $500. You got to leverage other people's capital. Just using solid risk management, trading a good setup, and having the right capital behind you is the cheat code to actually making money with day trading. And I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking this sounds way too good to be true, or this is not legitimate. But to prove that this is not theory, I literally just made $18,000 this month trading just one funded account or one prop firm account. This was not a crazy lucky run. It wasn't stacked of a bunch of different risky trades. It was simply following my system that I already trade, managing my risk, and showing up consistently to use and leverage other people's money. You can literally see the screenshot on my screen right now that this is real money that just hit my actual bank account, my actual Chase bank account. This shows you funded accounts are not a scam. They're not a maybe. They're not just for even advanced traders. They're a real way for traders, especially those with limited capital or people that don't want to risk their own money. It's a way for them to generate serious income without them having to put a lot of money up front. Now let me give you the game on why trading with a prop firm is 10 times better than using your own money. Let's say you got $5,000 of your own money to trade with, and you want to grow that and maybe make $2,000 to $3,000 per month. To do that, you gotta make 40 to 50% monthly returns consistently without blowing up. Now, maybe you can do that one time. If you're an amazing trader and got lucky, maybe you could do it 2 times. But consistently over a long period of time, that is impossible to do. That's extreme pressure, and you're risking way too much per trade to be able to make those percentages consistently. It's honestly just playing with fire. Now let's say instead of you trading your $5,000 account yourself, you spend $300 to $600 on a prop firm account, and now you have access to trade with a $100,000 account or a $150,000 account, and your only risk is that $300 to $600 that you put into actually purchasing that account in the first place. You're not risking $5,000 anymore. And then again, like I said, worst case scenario, you lose the account, you blow the account. And simply how you blow the account is by losing too much money on the account. Let's say, for example, with a $100,000 account, you're not gonna be able to lose more than $4,500. But let's say you lose that $4,500 on that funded account that you purchased. All you have to do is pay a small fee to reset it, and you keep it pushing. Now, let's say instead of you actually trading that $5,000 of your own money, you spend $300 to $600 on a prop firm account or a funded account, and now you have access to a $100,000 or $150,000 account, and your only risk is the amount that you actually use to purchase the account, which is that $300 to $600. You're not risking $5,000 anymore. And then worst case scenario, you lose the account. And how you would lose the account, it's different for all prop firms, but most of them have a max loss that you can have on the account. So let's say, for example, you spend $500, you get a $100,000 account, and you lose more than $4,500. They would simply close your account out, and you have to repurchase the account or pay a reset fee to actually get the account back. You don't owe them $4,500. You don't owe them none of that. Like I said, the only money that you ever risk is that initial amount that you pay, no matter if it's $300, $400, $500. That's the max amount. And you buy that $100,000 account and you lose $3,000 on it, you're not liable for that at all, ever. But on the other hand, if you hit a solid trading month, you can pull out 8, 10, 20, 50, I've seen people do multiple six figures a month just trading these prop firms and using other people's money. And you did the whole thing without risking your personal money at all, your personal cash at all, which is exactly what wealthy people do. If you buy into real estate, if you know anybody that buys real estate, nobody just buys these things cash. They use the bank's money to leverage their money to purchase the things that they want to purchase. And that's how smart traders actually scale up without blowing up. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Prop firms are absolutely amazing, but there's obviously downsides to it. And some of the downsides are that there are a bunch of different prop firms to choose from. A lot of people don't know which ones that they should choose. You've probably heard, if you're in the prop firm space, that some you can make money on and you can request to get your profit share and they just will run off with the money. You've probably heard that some have crazy rules or hoops that you have to jump through to actually make money, and there's no possible way that you can make money with the rules that they have put in place. There are a bunch of different things that have really hurt traders when it's come to these prop firms. And it's because most prop firms just don't have the trader's best interest at heart. And that's honestly why I decided to create my own prop firm, the Edge Funder. I really got tired of watching good traders struggle to pass challenge phases, or worse, they pass the challenges only to blow their funded accounts before they ever see a payout. Because what ends up happening is you'll pay that $500. For most prop firms, you'll pay that, let's say $500 for example. And with that $500, they allow you to take a challenge. And simply what the challenge is that you have to hit a certain profit target before you lose that max amount. So let's say you buy a $100,000 account with $500. They want you, before you can actually make money on the account, they want you to bring that $100,000 account to $110,000 in profit without losing first $3,000, which is doable, but it's very, very hard for most traders. It honestly ends up setting them up for failure, because only after they pass that challenge or prove to the prop firms that they can trade, and let's say for that example, the $100,000 account, it's only after they get to $9,000 that then they will reset your account back to $100,000, and then the money you make on top of that, you can take those 90% or 80% profit splits off of. So that first period where you're taking that challenge phase or proving to them that you can actually trade, you're not actually making money. You're just proving it to them. You're making that $9,000, but that $9,000 is gonna vanish. And then once you actually make that profit, and keep in mind, I'm saying $9,000, it could be different depending on the prop firm, but whatever, you have to hit that profit target, make a certain amount of money without losing a certain amount of money. And then once you do that, then they will give you your actual account to trade with. And when you make money on that actual account, that truly funded account, then you'll start being able to take those profits on it. And honestly, I really got tired of good traders struggling to pass those challenge phases, because a lot of them have some crazy rules, or honestly, a lot worse, which is they pass the challenges, but as soon as they pass the challenge, they blow the account. Because once you actually get that fully funded account, after you pass that challenge account or the challenge phase, if you lose a certain amount of money, you lose the account and you never got to see any money. So that's another part that I truly hated to see when I see traders getting these funded accounts, struggling to pass the challenge phases, and then getting funded and losing it right before they get an actual real payout. And it's not that these traders can't trade, it's that that prop firm system is literally built to burn them out. Now, me as a trader that's also helped tens of thousands of people actually learn how to trade and make money with day trading, I wanted to build something different, something that actually helps traders get to the money. Something that has no games, no gimmicks, no crazy rules, no challenge phases, and no real pressure for you to be a perfect trader. Just real capital, real opportunity, and rules that support you, not trap you. Because I know what's possible when you give a focused trader the right resources. So if you've got the skill and you're ready to take this serious, the Edge Funder is here to help you actually get paid. At the Edge Funder, which is my prop firm, we have no challenge phases. You get instant funding. You can choose from accounts starting at $25,000 all the way up to $50,000 accounts, $100,000 accounts, and $150,000 accounts simply by paying a small fee. You also get up to 90% profit splits. That's why when you purchase an account with the Edge Funder, you don't only get an account, you also get access to our private Discord that has coaches in it, other funded traders, market breakdowns, support, and much more, because we want to actually equip you with the necessary tools to not just buy these funded accounts and then lose them. We want you to actually be able to make money and take payouts with these funded accounts. The best thing is that when you actually get to that point where you're gonna take your payout, we pay out extremely fast. We give you all the rules up front. There's no hidden fees or crazy loopholes because we actually want you to win. Because when our traders win, we grow. This prop firm was literally built for people who actually wanted to take trading serious, not people who just want to make a couple $100s a month just to brag on Instagram. Now look, at this point, you've got two options. You can keep trading small accounts and stressing about every single entry, hoping that you don't blow your last $200, or you can actually level up. You can trade with real capital, you can get paid real profits, and you can stop playing this trading game on hard mode. The Edge Funder is officially live right now. As I mentioned, we have no challenges, we have no waiting periods, just instant access to the capital that you need to grow. If you've got the skill and the discipline and the hunger to succeed, we've got the funding to match it. So click the link inside the description, pick your account, lock in your spot, and let's get you funded today. There's no more excuses. Let's lock in.